This is a Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. We back again. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and in game 3, I've definitely seen the ugly, okay? But today I have with me, I got Jess, and then I got Tre. This is the Scoop. We here to talk some NBA, baby. Showtime Lakers. They were pretty bad this year, but they said, okay, let's go get a new coach. They brought in some championship pedigree, and they also brought in a brother. They said, let me go get Darvin Ham to handle some of these personality issues we got in the locker room, okay? So how do y'all feel about Darvin Ham being brought in as a coach? Is that good for them, bad for them? How do y'all see it?
I mean, I think it's 10 out of 10, bro. You got to think about it. You got to think about the people he's bringing into the room as well. Phil Handy, 3-time champion? Come on, man. When you talk about trainers in the league, player development, that's the guy that you look towards. Go check his Instagram out, man. LeBron, that's his right-hand man, bro. Come on, man.
That's the truth.
Come on.
Okay, so I'm kind of with it. Like, I think it's a cool move for player development, like which the Lakers need, right? But at the same time, development, they usually got vets. This is a team full of vets. These ain't rookies. So, like, development is going to take a while. It's hard to change a grown man. You can change a grown man way slower than it is to change a young man. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I see. Like, I'm not saying they going to fight him on it. He didn't work with LeBron before. He didn't seen all these guys before. But at the same time, there's already a culture that's been established, and he's going to have to work to change that. It's not going to change overnight. And the Lakers organization, we already saw with Russ, they're not good with waiting. You know what I mean? So, like, do I think they're going to have the patience for him? I mean, we hope so. But we didn't see it with other coaches. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? I hope they don't give him the boot too fast, but, you know, just being real.
I mean, my thing is, we heard him talk about it. He said openly, Russ is one of the best players that ever touched the floor.
Ever.
And I love that for Russ because we know what Russ could do. I just felt like we put too much expectations on him and thought they should just go out there instantly win a championship. I think if Russ opened up and is comfortable and let's Darwin make the system and let him go, I think it'll work out good. I think it's a good fit.
Now I'm here to say Russell Westbrook didn't play his best ball last year. Yeah. And that's one thing I'm not going to sugarcoat.
Yeah, I agree.
But with him coming out saying that, I'm like, okay, me personally, I would gain a lot of confidence behind somebody.
Yeah.
And speaking on what you said about veterans, the thing I will say about veterans, when you've been in the league a while and you say you're stuck in your ways, you might get somebody to come in and you're not feeling, you might not play for them. Mm-hmm. It's certain coaches that you go hard for, and there's certain coaches you don't go hard for. That's every
facts.
sport,
That's
professional
facts.
sports.
Yeah.
So I feel like getting a new face, getting some new swagger in the building, somebody with championship pedigree, I'm going to go hard.
Yeah.
AD, if you stay healthy, that's a big issue too. I'm going to go hard because then, boom, I brought in Rasheed Wallace.
Come on, talk about it.
I brought in Rasheed Wallace.
Talk about it.
I brought in the 2004 champion to go along with the head coach. They were teammates.
Yeah.
So that Pistons team, we're talking about the Lakers, how bad they were on defense last year.
Right.
One of the worst. It wasn't like the championship season they had, bubble or not. But the Pistons defensive, that was the second best defensive team in the 2003-2004 season. So I'm like, okay, if we bring some of that in.
Okay.
If we bring some of that swagger in to play on both ends, because Russ on defense last year, bad. LeBron, lazy. AD, injured, you know.
But this is a first-time thing. We've never seen these guys like that. We've never said LeBron, he was lazy on defense. Westbrook, we never said, he's mediocre on defense. Westbrook makes plays on defense.
He goes hard.
He goes
Every
hard.
game, he goes
That's what
hard.
I'm saying.
Well, we can't forget history, though. Like, okay, let's think about it. Mike Vrabel, coach last year, got fired. The main problem with him was he wasn't a puppet for the front office. They wanted him to sit Russ, but he didn't want to.
Right.
He believed in Russ, so it's not like nobody believed in Russ.
Yeah.
People did. but the front office didn't. The front office ain't went nowhere.
Yeah.
The president's still the president. You know what I mean? You still got Jeannie Buss, the owner. And she left during a whole bunch of games because she didn't like the way Russ was playing. So, therefore, I don't know the conversation because I wasn't in the building. And, but they didn't want they wanted him to sit. They wanted Mike Vrabel to sit Russ sometimes, and he didn't. And then sometimes he did. So, with Ham coming in, it's like, am I going to say that he's going to buck the system? You would hope so. Yeah. But at the same time, he got to keep a job too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, you know what I mean? I'm just throwing it out there like it's not him. It's not the coach position. It's the system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He fighting the whole system. It's not just the players themselves or the bad play. Because Russ, honestly, he had almost the same averages he been having. He's always been a go hard but inconsistent player.
Yeah.
That's just what he was. But we respect him for it because of the triple doubles and all that. We probably ain't gonna ever see that again, honestly.
Yeah.
Don't need to though. Don't need to. But at the same time, you get what you're gonna get from Russ.
Right.
But the system that he's in ain't changed.
Yeah.
So I hope he can find a way to mend both ends, but that's asking a lot of coach on his first year.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Looking at their roster, I know we talked about a lot of Russ, LeBron, AD, and we talked about all the old veterans they have. But last season, you lost key pieces like Caruso. You lost youth like that. You lost Kuzma. You lost Harrells, and that's within the past 1 or 2 years. What would y'all suggest, or what would y'all do with that roster if y'all are in the front office?
Make the best move you can.
What's that?
Use those pieces. If it means moving up in the draft or getting another free agent that's out there. They just need somebody who can come out there and give them a bucket, man.
They need reliability. They need somebody who's going to stay healthy. Because you was counting on AD to be your guy, but he can't stay on the floor. AD be falling like 7 times in one game. He too big for that.
Yeah.
He be on the floor too much. So go ahead. What's up?
You ask a lot out of AD. You want him to dribble. You want him to play on the perimeter. So falls, rebound it. That's just going to happen. That's part of it.
See, okay, so they already made LeBron the point guard. You know what I mean?
Right.
LeBron's older. You know what I mean? You don't want him driving in the paint, busting up his body and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You want him to be the IQ player that he is. And you want not Russ. You want Russ to be some extra legs, and you want AD to be your go-getter.
Right.
But AD ain't got the body to be a go-getter no more. He's still a bucket, but at the same time, on some we did on our show, bro, we asked a question. We said, who would you rather have, Jokic, Giannis, or AD? AD got the most skill set out of all of them, but you wouldn't take him first. You wouldn't take him second.
No. I might take him second. I'm taking him second.
After who?
Giannis.
Giannis? Oh, but you take AD over Jokic.
Yeah, I am.
With his health, though.
I am.
With his health?
I am.
What?
With his health, I mean, it's hard to take him with his health.
Exactly.
It's hard, but it's hard. Like on my team, I take AD.
But with his health, I would take Jokic.
I take Jokic. I mean, I ain't going to disrespect the MVP.
Jokic. I'm taking Jokic.
I said out of 3 bigs, you ain't taking AD first or second.
Nah, I'm not.
You know what I mean? So it's like.
We talking off-season moves. Talking off-season moves. Donovan Mitchell. Hey, man, dude been in the media like crazy. He's not want to talk too much, y'all. So, Quinn Snyder, let me pull it up. I want to see. Quinn Snyder went 372 and 264 in 8 seasons with the Jazz. That's actually really, really good. Like, they were always at the top of the standings in the West. So, he steps down. They're getting a new coach. But it's like, okay, boom, am I going to trade Donovan Mitchell? Am I going to trade Rudy Gobert? So, like, if you're Donovan Mitchell, do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
If I'm Donovan, I'm getting up out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To me, the Jazz are like the Cowboys of the NBA, bro.
Man.
I know it hurts, but that's what it is. A regular season team. But if I'm Donovan, I might get some flame back for this team. If I'm him, I might want to go team up with a younger partner like Trae Young. I might want to go play with Trae.
Beautiful.
That's just where I'm looking in my eyes. I might want to go play with Trae.
Okay, so with Donovan, we named Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. So, like, if I was Rudy Gobert, I'm looking to the Suns because they need some solid rim protection. And then I forgot they sent him that. I just forgot his
Aiden.
Aiden was already tripping at their game 7.
Yeah.
And so he about to be out of there already.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm Rudy Gobert, I'm looking to go to the Suns, honestly.
Right.
It's a good move.
But if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I would have to have a strong conversation with Zion. and the Pelicans.
Huh?
I would need to have a serious conversation.
Okay.
Like, will he lose some weight and can he stay healthy?
They say he in great shape right now.
You know,
That's if you're Donovan. You said that's if you're Donovan.
Mitchell, if I'm Donovan Mitchell,
Ooh,
I'm looking at
man.
the Pelicans. If Zion can get healthy and you still got Brandon Ingram,
I don't know if you can feed that mouth, dog.
But you think that's enough to still get out the West?
Oh, yeah.
yes.
You think that's enough?
Yes.
Well, no, all you got to do.
You think that's enough?
I'm not even thinking about coming out, but with him, you make the playoffs.
You make the playoffs.
You just gotta
automatically.
get in.
For sure, yeah.
You gotta get in.
Anything can happen in the playoffs, but you for sure getting in with them three.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram on his shoulders, he a baller.
Four. You got
Man.
CJ McCollum.
You got CJ McCollum.
That's
Oh,
why
I forget. Yeah, you
I'm
got
like,
CJ
they don't have
McCollum.
enough mouths to feed.
Hey.
You might have to drop CJ McCollum.
Ooh,
No,
you can't do that.
you can't
You
do
might
that.
have to.
He's
You
loved
can't
out
do
there,
that.
dog.
You can't do that.
They love him.
You gonna drop Brandon Ingram?
I'm not. You gotta go somewhere else, dog.
You can't.
I love the idea.
CJ McCollum is the veteran piece that they needed.
I love
but
it.
at the same time, Zion, his health is because if they had Zion, they was beating the Suns. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because Aiden ain't got nothing for him.
Yeah.
So he like,
feel it.
but yeah, New Orleans is probably what
Okay.
I'm looking at for Donovan Mitchell.
I ain't see that coming. I like that one though. I see where you went with it.
I love the Atlanta one. Cause I remember my last episode, I think it was last episode, I said, we're talking Zach LaVine. I was like, Zach LaVine, you go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young in Atlanta.
That's swag.
Yeah, like that's they two little small guards, but they can go.
Zach LaVine.
So if I could think of somewhere for Donovan Mitchell to go, man, let me think. I'll go ahead and put him. I think you want to get in a bigger market, but I like Cleveland.
Cleveland?
I like Cleveland. They not too far off from getting to where I think they supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, they got all them bigs and they have trade assets. So I'm like, I feel like you can throw something out there, bro. You dealt with what that was last year, Colin Sexton, his injury, and you got Darius Garland who hooping. So you put Darius Garland with that boy Mobley and Jared Allen. Ooh, I think we got something over there.
I'm with you going east sound like the smarter move. It's not as tough.
Yeah.
It's not as tough.
I mean, and they getting some swag as we can see.
So I think that'll be a beautiful move.
Yeah,
So
I like that one.
You just never know. You ain't see that one coming.
Nah,
I
you
didn't.
got me.
But do you want to stay in a small market or do you want to move somewhere like I know New York Knicks have been surfacing. I don't want to talk too much about that because they cheese.
Yeah,
But
that ain't it.
that ain't it.
They trash, yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, bro, we seen the good. We've seen the bad.
Yeah.
And I definitely done seen the ugly. I'm talking the NBA Finals. We saw game one. I saw a Warriors team come out, dominate throughout the game. Fourth quarter, you poop the bed. Second game, you come out and you win the game. And then third game, I'm like, okay, you come back from a deficit and then you run out of gas. So what's really going on? Like, what am I watching? Because I had the Warriors in 6. What's really going on?
Hey, man, I don't know. I love the Warriors, bro. Don't get me wrong. That's a team. But you might want to change that, bro. They got to get some heart. That's what they lacking, heart. Heart and being physical, bro. That's all the Celtics is doing is outplaying them. That's all it is. Coming out there, out-muscling them, and just outplaying them.
Man, the Warriors, because like you, man, I picked the Warriors in 6.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm backing off of that just yet.
Yeah.
I can't, not yet. But the way the Warriors are looking right now, they look like they ain't used to having somebody fight back. They used to thrashing everybody. You know what I mean? Like, or having somebody to have the talent, but not necessarily have the experience to go with it. But the Celtics got both. Everybody on their starting lineup got a defensive player of the year vote. You know what I mean? So like, go. What's up?
But I feel like it's one of the things that we used as a pro for Golden State. We said they've been here before, and I feel like they're taking that a little bit over the edge. Yeah. Oh, we've been here before. We don't need to worry. We got this. We got that light skinned boy over here. We don't need to worry. We got this. But doing that too long can have you in a hole that you can't dig yourself out of. So they just need to be careful and watch that.
Now I said for this series, okay, the X factor on the Warriors is Klay. Okay, I said if Klay gets 23 a night, you give yourself an opportunity to win the finals. No, not win. Yeah, you give yourself an opportunity to win the finals. You need 23. Because with all the young guys you have and we done praised, in big games, bro, you need them to come through. Jordan Poole, we've seen him struggle since round 1. He's come around here and there, but he averaged, if I'm not mistaken, 19 during the regular season, okay? Since then, he's been averaging around 12. That can't happen. That can't happen. They need your production.
Them lights come on.
The lights come on, and then you get bumped around a little bit. He's a little finesse guy.
Yeah.
But then, on the other side, like I said, Clay, Jaylen Brown is coming at everybody's neck.
Man.
And we love it. He got
that's
that
my
dog in him.
I love him.
Yeah.
He got that dog in him.
Jaylen Brown is one of my top 3 favorite players. I just gotta. Only reason I gotta stay with my pick, okay? So I'm going for the Warriors.
Thanks, I feel that.
But Jaylen Brown is going at Draymond's neck. Jaylen Brown is going on Clay's neck. So they are getting bullied.
Can we talk about Clay though?
Let's talk.
What's up?
He not doing what he's supposed to do, Coop.
I know.
In what way?
Coop just said for him to be the X factor, he gotta average what, 23?
Yeah.
Bro scored 25 for the first time last night. They still lost.
Yeah.
And we gotta talk about how Curry just going missing in the fourth quarter, bro. 2 points in the fourth quarter? You can't do that.
In all 3 games, I think he's combined for no more than 8 points in fourth quarters combined. That's 3 games. That's my guy. He leads the series in scoring, but you can't go goals.
You can't do that. You can't do it.
The Warriors, man, they just, I don't know what, like you say, they young guys need to step up. Looney, like I was giving him a whole lot of praise in the series before. But at the same time, like now you got Al Horford and you got Robert Williams who ain't backing down. They really sunning him low key down there in the paint. And like, but I need him to keep, if you can only do one thing, because like, he get the little dishes inside, get a little dunk here, a little layup there, and that's cool. But he needs to go ahead and excel in one thing. Like, don't try to spread yourself too thin. You're a young dude. Ain't nobody gonna expect you to do it all.
Yeah.
Get all the rebounds you can, because like that's gonna give you a chance to win for real. Like the Celtics already like they outlengthed the Warriors completely on all, like from the 1s to the 5s. Like they outsized.
Yeah.
And then like they young. They can run. They ain't had nobody keep up with pace with them up and down the court like that.
Yeah.
Contesting all their threes, contesting all their 2-pointers, contesting all their layups. Really, I almost think the Celtics are led by JB and not JT, because Jason Tatum been playing, but JB has been there every game.
You went there.
JB has been there every game. Every game. JT only come out like what? 1/2?
I'm not going to do it.
We can't do JT like that, man.
He a baller. He give it on defense, but offense he only go 1/2.
For Jaylen Brown, that's him.
He been balling.
He's a dog.
He came out drop 13. He looked at the bench. He said, "Y'all be cool. I'm not done."
He's balling.
Hey, he's the truth.
This is gonna be a dog fight.
He's the truth.
They're not going out like that. This is gonna be a dog fight.
One thing I can say is, like, as far as the Warriors, other people you're looking at, Andrew Wiggins, I'm not going to talk bad about how he's played, especially if we're looking at Game 3. He came out and dropped the early 13. But then with him having the task of holding people like Tatum the entire game, he's not doing a terrible job. He's not doing the greatest job. And I feel like with the minutes he's playing, he didn't have legs Game 3.
Right.
I saw him try to save a ball. He jumped. He didn't whip it around the defender. He just threw it all the bounds. He's like, hey, I don't know. He gassed.
Yeah.
So it's like you need more people to come off the bench. You got Gary Payton, but it's like, dang, am I going to see Kuminga?
Man, give him some run. I think they scared to take Draymond out. Get Kuminga in there. At least he going to look at the basket. He going to be somewhat of an offensive threat. You got Draymond in there. We playing 4-on-5. We going to let him shoot. If he make one, well, we'll live. If that's how they're going to beat us, that's how they're going to beat us. But come on, you got to go dig into your bench, because the Celtics, they're pulling people off the bench left and right. You got to keep up with that.
Yeah, man. So, like, you can't rely on everybody to be an offensive threat, because, if you ain't got the skill, you just don't have the skill.
Right.
But everybody can play defense. Right. That's the one thing every soul on the bench can do. And so, like, exactly what you said, with the Celtics pulling everybody off the bench to play defense, you keeping your legs fresh for offense, so, like, they can keep up with the scoring. And the Warriors rely on so much on their threes, and they rely on so much on Curry and Clay and JP and all these other guys. But then if they lack for if they lack for 3 minutes, they down 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's gonna happen. It's the finals. You know what I mean? You can't expect everybody to ball every second of every game, every minute. That's just not gonna happen. So, like, I mean, they just in a tough situation. They ain't had nobody DM up like that.
Yeah. Gotta show up. You gotta show up. Veterans gotta show up.
Yeah.
And veterans are included. Like, with them veterans, you got Steph. We've seen him show up. Kind of goes in the fourth. Has he been gassed? I don't really care right now. I don't really care. Yeah. Clay, he hasn't showed up. He showed up one game. he's still getting cooked on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Draymond, you haven't showed up one game. You just played the worst game of your career. Draymond, we talking about veterans.
Man.
35 minutes, and 38 minutes in game 3, okay? First game, he came out, he shot 2 for 12. Do I want you shooting 12 shots?
No.
Hell no. You suck.
No.
You just made 2 of them. 4 points. Second game, 2 for 3, 9 points. 2 points. First game, 5 assists. Second game, 7 assists, 3 assists, 11 boards, 5 boards, 4 boards. You're playing 35-plus minutes, and you can't even crash the boards? Y'all are playing small, and you can't crash the boards?
So what
you can't get A+?
So what is he really doing for you?
Man, sit down.
What is he really doing for you?
So he's talking, is he? Podcast. I'm here to ask y'all this question. I podcast, you podcast. I know you mentioned podcasts. So I'm not in a position to say I'm opposed to him podcasting. Right. I love that he podcasts.
Right.
He speaks. He's a great speaker. He speaks things that people like to hear. But how do y'all feel about him podcasting during a series like this?
It's no different. Just like we say, all of us play sports. What do they tell you when you go to a championship game? It's just like any other game. So you do the same thing. You do the same routine. So he's just staying in the same routine. I see no problem with him podcasting. As a fan, we love that because it gives us a true view of what's really going on, and it gives us a look through a player's perspective. So I love it.
See, I'm with you, like, to an extent, like, you know, treat it like every other game and keep doing what you've been doing. It'd be different if he wasn't podcasting after regular season games and he just started now. That'd be completely different. Also, at the same time, like, okay, so we podcast. What's the number one thing with podcasts? Consistency.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Stay consistent, you grow it, et cetera, right? So, like, if he doing it, that, you know, it's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But the only bad thing, it just looks bad to the outside because
when you're losing.
You're losing. It's the finals. You going at Kendrick Perkins, like, it just looked real bad. Like, so, you know, how they always criticize athletes. So when you doing bad, go look at some film. Go study go study the tape. Go do some workouts.
Yeah.
Go, you know what I mean? Everybody got an excuse for you to go do something else and get better when they don't play. You know what I mean? So, am I to say he's doing the wrong thing? Nah, but it's not necessarily the best look for you. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's where I'll differ from y'all. Now, I've never heard anybody bring up what y'all brought up, the consistency thing. That is what we look for in podcasting and doing really anything being successful. So, he wants to do this after his career. Cool, he's being consistent. My problem is, from a personal standpoint, when you're in games like this, not games like this, not series like this, to me, it's when you hit the playoffs.
Okay.
It's one thing that I used to see Steph Curry always tweet before a game or the day before or the day of. And that it would be pretty much like locked in. With some of the stuff I feel like he's been defending himself on throughout the podcast, he's a veteran. He's 32. He's not locked in. And that's my only problem being in the playoffs, being in a series of this magnitude. I don't feel like he's locked in. I love that he's podcasting, but with that, I don't want him doing it anymore because matter of fact, I see that he's not locked in. So that's my only problem with it.
So let me give a take at what you just said. So we know Draymond is a talker.
Yeah.
We know he's a mind game. Do you think this is part of his mind game? Let me get on there and talk. Maybe I can mess with those guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they think I'm not locked in. Let them lack on me. Let them think I'm playing, but really I'm here. Because you got to think about it. He got 24 hours in a day. So them other days when he not, what he going to do? Podcast for about an hour, 2 hours. So to be locked in 1 hour or 2 hours, you can go get right back locked in for the rest of your day, knock your podcast out in the morning, then you locked in at night and you ready for the game.
I mean, let's think, okay, then let's take a view at it from, like, Steve Kerr or the other coaches in general. It's a distraction. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Coaches, they love that word distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you bring it up not only for Draymond, it could be a distraction, but for your teammates. You defending yourself on Twitter, you defending yourself on your podcast. People are not only going to question you about you, they're going to question your teammates about you and what you doing and what they think about it. And all this. So even though it might work for you, you can stay locked in doing your podcast or you can lock out and lock back in. Who said your teammates can do the same thing? That's not them.
For sure.
This your
For
podcast.
sure.
With the youth on your squad.
Exactly.
You know?
They're young dudes, man.
Sure.
So you need to having young dudes on your team. or for almost any level.
Yeah.
It's like herding cattle to the pasture. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to keep them in line at all times.
Yeah.
Because if you let it go, they can roam anywhere and do anything. So it's cool if it worked for him, but it don't work for everybody else because you're a team. You're going to get them involved with anything you do. Yeah. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be like that, but it is. You know what I mean? So
unfortunately, this, like I said, this is not no Iguodala getting attention. He's not touching the floor. Yeah. This is not Harrison Barnes. This is not KD. This is not Barbosa. Exactly. This is not JaVale McGee.
At all.
You know,
at all.
You got some younger guys. So with that being said, I feel like things need to change. Consistency, he's not going to stop. I mean, I don't expect him to stop. But looking at the series, what do y'all think the series is going to end? Who wins the finals, given the series total?
So I'm going to tell you like this. The Warriors, they've been here before. They're in a slump. They're in a slump right now. But don't count on that forever. I got the Warriors in 7, man. Ooh. I got the Warriors in 7. Warriors in 7.
My pick was, in the very beginning, was still the Warriors in 6. And you know what? As much as we just talked about them and as much as we just said like they was lacking a little bit, Steph is the greatest shooter ever created, like ever. Like I don't think we'll ever see it. Like maybe like in our lifetime again. You know what I mean? 100%. So like and then he got other teammates around him that are great Hall of Famers, and you got young guys who projected. They keep doing what they're doing. They'll be Hall of Famers as well, man. I'm probably gonna stay with the Warriors in 6. I ain't gonna lie, even though I can see it going 7, but I ain't gonna jump off 6. I say it's 6. I'm gonna roll with it.
I'm in the same boat. And I'm going to explain why. Game one, I'm like, in my head, I go in the mirror and I look at myself. I said, Coop, let's talk. I said, let's talk, Coop. I said, okay, this is what happened. They had this lead. The whole game, they dominated. Fourth quarter, we beat ourselves. The Celtics ain't beat us. I was like, it's 1-0 Warriors, man. In my head, it was 1-0 Warriors, okay? Second game, the Warriors won. That was supposed to happen. We defended home court. It's really 2-0. In the third game, Coop went in the mirror. I was like, "Hey, brother," I said, "We just watched them play. Draymond play the worst game in his career, man." I said, "He come back. I'm gonna wipe that. I'm gonna just sweep that under the rug. Game 3, he gonna come back, play better." We came back from a lead with him playing bad. Man, we got hope. Warriors in 6. Warriors in 6, and I'm sticking to that.
For sure.
This is the Scoop with Coop, and we'll be right back right after this break.
What's good, man? Tre, Break Room Podcast. With Coop on the Scoop.
I'm just here to tell you, it's hot outside. Y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Pick y'all up a bottle of water, okay?
It's Jess here with Coop with the Scoop. You can follow me on IG at TheJess1K.
Shout out to everybody out there showing love, but I got a special shout out, a very, very special shout out. Shout out to famous Drew_1. Been showing crazy love. Saw him in the city, showed mad love. Shout out to famous Drew_1. Y'all can give him a follow. This is the Scoop. Hey man, look. I told y'all I don't like to talk too much politics on here, and I'm still not. But if I'm going to Cleveland, Dawg, what's really going on? We thought we was clear, and then we guaranteed, buddy. We said, well, you fully guaranteed $230 million, okay?
All right.
It's looking like we don't know if we're going to see Buddy touch the field, y'all.
All right.
24 cases. Yeah. I'm not one to talk about too deep into what's going on. I know nothing. I'm not in that position. I know nothing.
100%.
I know nothing.
100%.
And from the Cleveland Browns perspective, they thought this was kind of like over. So that's the only reason I feel they threw him that money. So people attacking them, they're in a very sticky situation that they didn't think they were going to be in, okay?
Right.
So how do y'all feel about that whole situation?
Man, I'm like you. I wasn't there, so I can't really say much.
Right.
But, I mean, I think we all thought it was over. I think we all thought it was cleared after we got the news that we got. But to be real with you, I think Deshaun Watson won't touch the field this year.
Okay.
I just think it's too much uncertainty, and we don't know enough. It's not clear enough for them to be like, okay, he's free of all this, so we can put him on the field. I would love to see him out there in the jersey playing, but I don't think that's going to happen this year.
Them boys in trouble. In trouble. Can we play a game, Coop?
Let's play. I love games.
Let's play a quick game.
I might not lose though.
Okay. Let's play the controversy game.
Okay.
Okay. So real quick, you got Deshaun who got these 24 civil suits, right?
Yeah.
Ain't went criminal, and now you had the investigation. The representative who was representing these women, they're also trying to bring the Texans into it.
Right.
Saw that.
You see how ugly it's about to get.
Yeah.
It's not just him. They're trying to bring the whole organization down.
Right.
Here's the controversy part. So people are already speculating that now this is not fact. You know what I mean? Just here's the controversy. Here's the game part. Now they're saying that, so maybe the team led him on. They got him these rooms.
Right.
For him to get these massages and everything else that might have went on with it. We don't know. I wasn't there, et cetera, right? So now, the crazy thing is, you got the Browns who guaranteed the money. They didn't know. I believe that part. Here's the crazy. It's looking like both teams are in the AFC, right?
Right.
The way the heat is coming down on the Texans, even though Deshaun is no longer present with the team.
Oh no! Don't go there.
He's going there.
He is no longer with the team.
He's going there.
The way it is looking for them, and the way the NFL has responded by not doing anything, they've done things for less.
Come on.
It's looking like the Texans could sell the team and move out of Houston. Two, the NFL has not passed down judgment when they've done it for less. They're trying to also sell tickets to catch back up with some revenue they lost.
Okay. And
sell more tickets because of the controversy around Deshaun. Okay. Almost like with the Michael Vick thing.
Okay.
It's two things that could happen. One thing, obviously, I'm a Houston native.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope it don't happen.
Right.
But the way the heat is coming, and he's not even in the city no more.
Yeah.
And they coming for their head like it's YSL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
anything can happen, bro.
Do I think Deshaun will touch the field? Actually, I think he will.
This year?
I think he will.
Okay.
The NFL, they had all last year and up till now to say something. To say, he's not going to play. And they ain't said nothing. So, the NFL want him on the field because they want to sell tickets. He going to sell regardless.
For sure.
People going to buy tickets like with Kobe. They going to buy tickets because they love him or they hate him.
Right.
Thanks. Now, looking at the situation in Cleveland, this is going to be quick because, I don't really fool with my boy Bake.
Okay.
But they excuse him from minicamp, y'all. They excuse him from minicamp. In this offseason, he did have shoulder surgery, so there's no reason for him to really be throwing anyway.
Yeah.
But they excuse him from minicamp. Do y'all agree with that? Because at the end of the day, you signed Jacoby Brissett. You disrespected Baker by going out to get Deshaun and Jacoby Brissett. And in my eyes, Baker's better than Jacoby Brissett, but do you try to mend that relationship? Does Baker come back and touch the field for them?
In my opinion, no. The damage is done.
Right.
The damage is done. He's already felt disrespect. I feel like a bridge has already been burned and you can't go back and make it. Baker already said he doesn't want to be there. So what are you going to change? You're going to throw away Deshaun Watson? They already made it clear that they don't want me. So why would I be here?
But looking at it like this, where would you go?
Nowhere.
Who wants you? So it's like, dang, do I try to build up my stock a little bit being healthy coming back or I'm done?
In my opinion, I don't build up my stock. I sit back and wait for an injury. I sit back and wait for my time. I stay out the media. I go grind. I work on the things everybody say I wasn't good at. So when my chance do come, because this chance is going to come eventually, somebody's going to get hurt or somebody's going to need a backup. And when that chance comes, you take full advantage of it.
Facts.
I'm with you 100%. Baker unfortunately last year, contract year and all that, he had the injuries. He was just in a bad spot. He just ain't really nothing you could do about that. But the way he is right now, exactly what you said. Just go grind, man. Work on what you got, and hopefully something happens. Because something will happen. It always does.
Always.
Any given Sunday, right?
It's life.
Always.
So, with Baker, I'm not a big Baker fan, but I can't go back. I'm very prideful. I can't go back to that situation. The situation is toxic. Yep. The city, everything that's going on right now is toxic, and it's not going to do anything for your career positively. It's no positives in that city right now when it comes to football.
Nope.
Nothing.
It's too much media. You just dealt with a bunch of media surrounding them trying to replace you.
Facts.
Surrounding you
Facts.
going hard for an organization playing injured who's not going as hard for you, the fan base.
Just lost your best wide receiver.
So I'm not feeling that if I'm Bake. It's just they owe him like $19 million. That's the only problem. And other teams don't want to pay half of that, a little more than half than that to take on his contract. So it's a real sticky situation, but I feel like it's gonna be a great NFL season. Outside of that, who are some of y'all favorites for the season? Who y'all think going to the Super Bowl? Early prediction. AFC, NFC, y'all.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Okay, NFC. 2 teams, Rams or the Bucks. Rams or the Bucks coming out the NFC. I'm gonna go Rams just cause respect to the champs. AFC. I don't want to say them.
Do it.
Let's hear it.
Bills.
Oh my goodness. Hey, bro.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm
Let's
over
hear
that.
it.
I'm over
Ooh,
that.
I don't think so.
I'm glad.
Or Pittsburgh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who?
Nah.
Man.
Nah.
All they needed was. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Did they get it? No.
No.
Don't believe that.
No. Top
Don't
5
believe
defense
that.
though.
Don't believe that. Let me talk to him.
Oh my goodness.
Let me talk to him. Out the NFC, we got the Rams coming out the NFC.
Respect.
We got the Rams coming out the NFC. But out the AFC, it's between the Raiders and the Ravens, man. And I'm taking the Ravens, man.
What?
You know I'm a ride with my guys,
I was with
man.
you for 2 seconds.
You know I'm a ride with my guys, man. I'm a ride with my guys to the end, man.
Ravens flop.
I'm a ride with them to the end. It's been too much disrespect on the G League team we had out there last year, man. Go look at the injuries.
Yeah.
Come on,
They
man.
was injury.
I feel
We still almost had the playoffs.
I feel it.
I just wanted Lamar is coming back ready to go. So don't be surprised.
See, my thing about Pittsburgh is that Pittsburgh was a worse team with actually, they had a solid defense but no quarterback and made the playoffs.
They're
Right.
gonna beat up on each other, but I feel like both of y'all are being a little disrespectful with all the respect to the champs thing. It's pretty dead to me because
Okay.
nobody's been
Chiefs.
repeating.
Okay.
We're not dealing with Tom Brady. We're dealing with Matthew Stafford. So all the repeat offense stuff.
Okay.
You throw that out the window,
Okay.
okay? We're gonna switch it up. So in the NFC, I got the New Orleans Saints, like I said. Y'all gonna
Okay.
stop playing with our head, okay?
No.
And in the AFC, we're gonna put it between 2 teams. I'm gonna make it interesting this week.
Let's hear it.
I say we have Kansas City Chiefs, because y'all said they fell off. They got Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. They ain't going nowhere, I promise. I promise. Juju Smith is about to have over 1,400 yards this season, okay?
Huh?
Over 1,400 yards.
Somebody clipped that.
Remember I said that. Juju Smith going crazy, but I got the Raiders in the Super Bowl. Raiders, I got the Saints, and you know I got the Saints winning that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man, I'm Coop. I always got the scoop. Like I said, Warriors in 6, and if I'm wrong, y'all can slander me. But we had a good episode this week. Today I had with me Jess, I had Tre, and we'll be back next week with another episode of The Scoop.